DC, and they're working towards sailing again. Meantime, Carnival Cruise Lines has also announced they're suspending ships through the end of June as well.
A popular question site is shutting down. May 4th is Yahoo Answers' last day. The question and answer platform launched 15 years ago. Users have until June 30th to download any content you want to keep. Verizon, which owns Yahoo, recently announced plans to create new subscription-based services using the Yahoo name.
All right, listen to this. Running from Disneyland in California to Disney World in Orlando. That's what Don Munchow did to raise awareness about type 1 diabetes. He finished nearly 2,800-mile run on Monday. Today he plans to run to the Atlantic Ocean off the Space Coast.
A new strain of COVID-19 has doctors concerned where it was found, and could it come to Florida? I'll answer those questions coming up at 6.
And keeping hatred out of Southwest Florida, how one mayor is trying to accomplish that plan.
Plus, a new place for your loved ones to live and get the care they desperately need, where a new assisted living facility will open.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Your 9-year-old car just hit 100,000 miles. You don't know whether to smile and pat the dash with pride or to cry because your trade-in value just went down even further and you're so ready for an upgrade. Don't cry. Bring it to Naples Nissan and get the full original MSRP for it. That's right, whatever your trade-in was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's what Naples Nissan will give you for it. And voila, you get to drive home in a brand new Nissan. All vehicle types, all vehicle brands, regardless of where you bought it from, or if you bought it new or used. If your trade-in is a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan today. Get full details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Name one small insurance company. Couldn't think of one, could you? Didn't think so. Most insurance companies are big, really big. They have thousands of lawyers. Imagine it's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, birds singing. You're on your way to work, and then bam, your whole life changes in that second. Forever. You're injured, and now you have to fight for justice or live your life in pain. Let me give you some straight talk. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. Over $1 billion in one case alone. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myShowerDoor.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Concern amid the hope. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The vaccines have proven to be safe and effective.
And President Biden says we've put more shots in more arms than any other country as he moves up his goal for all eligible adults for the COVID vaccine by April 19th.
But we can't let it make us complacent.
He's worried about virus variants that keep spreading, and a handful of states account for a lot of COVID cases.
Researchers at Johns Hopkins University say 44% of new infections in the U.S. last week were reported in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Florida, and Michigan. Last week, Michigan reported nearly twice as many new cases as the week before. Some health officials say the government should increase vaccine availability to areas seeing spikes.
Fox's Rich Dennison. There are also COVID surges in other countries like India and Brazil, which just broke its record for deaths in a day, nearly 4,200. Japan's also been dealing with a surge ahead of the Olympics, delayed from last summer. Fox's Simon Owen has more live.
And Dave, the organisers of the Tokyo Olympics have just confirmed they're cancelling part of the torch relay after a jump in coronavirus infections in the region of Osaka. The numbers are small compared with Western countries, but Osaka's governor says healthcare facilities are in a very tight situation. Japan's infection rate has been accelerating in recent weeks. It's also lagging the US and Europe in vaccines, with the Olympics due to begin in less than 4 months. Dave?
Simon, the Winter Olympics are in February of next year in Beijing, and the State Department's talking with our allies about China's human rights issues, though a boycott has not been discussed yet. In Minneapolis, more testimony about the use of force at the trial of fired officer Derek Chauvin.
We've cautioned officers that be mindful of the neck area and to look for the shoulder.
Police Lieutenant Johnny Merzel is a training instructor. Chauvin's defense trying to cast doubt on whether his knee was actually on George Floyd's neck before the black man's death last year. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Heading out right now along US 41 southbound, we have a right lane shut down in Charlotte County, approaching the Lee County line. That's right around Tangelo Road, which is just south of Zemmel Road. So watch out, stay to the left in that area. I-75 looking nice and clear. Seeing a little activity off of the exit to Colonial Boulevard. So watch out for some troopers or deputies nearby. Just be extra cautious if you're heading in that area. But all overnight construction on 75 around Colonial, and 82 looks like it has cleared up. So everything should be open out there. We are crash free right now all across Southwest Florida. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is Greg, owner of Tropical Generator. And when I started my generator business 17 years ago, I made it a priority to focus on reliability. Generators are a lot like fire extinguishers. Hopefully, you never have to use it. But when you do, it better perform flawlessly. There are a lot of competitors out there whose only goal is to separate you from your money. Whether the generator actually performs in an emergency, well, that's not really a concern. Instead of taking a big risk on a cheap fire extinguisher, call Tropical Generator today for a reliable generator system. I offer you 17 years of experience doing expert generator installations, a 4-year degree in electrical engineering, and the highest level Florida licenses in electrical and gas contracting. I also live in Fort Myers and have personally selected and trained every one of our employees. At Tropical Generator, we're big enough to help and small enough to care. Call today, 239-206-4509 or tropicalgenerator.com. That's 239-206-4509 or on the web at tropicalgenerator.com. License EC 13007873.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
So you say the time has finally come. It's here. I can't do it anymore. I can't have my water in my house smelling like chlorine. I just got to stop. I can't handle the hard water stains around my faucets and my shower glass. Make it stop. The water drying out your skin and your hair. Listen, you can. Just make the call. Call right now for your free Pentair water test. Pelican is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. And the number is 239-880-7799. Look, chlorine, ugly lime scale, iron. You can do something right now. Give Max a call, a uniformed Pentair water specialist, and he can find and handle your city or well water issues. We know we have them here in Southwest Florida. And look, with the mobile showroom, you can see for yourself that Pentair has both high-performance salt systems and the salt-free solution, too. And salt-free means no lugging in bags of salt. And they can even install your Pentair water system for you. And I'm telling you, you are going to love the way your water tastes from every single faucet and the peace of mind that only a Pentair water system can give you. So call now. Get your free water test. Give Max a call at 239-880-7799 or book online at pelicanwestfl.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence.
Oh, yes!
So if you're having AC issues, get a new Carrier system and save up to $2,000 in rebates, plus 6 months no payments. And Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can watch. You can listen. You can stream it on your phone. It's just a website. It's basic, and it helps to watch on your phone, on your smart device, on your computer. Some people are still watching on Facebook. That's fine. At Drew Steele Radio. We appreciate that. Hey, look, a couple of things that are going on that I've talked to a few people about, and it's interesting. Look, 75 million people support what would be the constitutional republic, the rule of law, certainly conservative values, and this country. And that's a powerful block of individuals. If you want to do something, if you want to get something done in this country, this idea that there's no hope, there's nothing we can do, it's a total disaster, that we have no power, we have no juice, we don't have anything whatsoever, I reject that. Because we do. This is, there is no defeat here. There is no losing here. And there's a lot of examples of ways that we can articulate to people where the fight is going to be next, how you're going to fight back, and you're not going to sit back and take it from a willing fake news legacy media and Democrats and radical leftists that are trying to make you feel like it's over and just give up. Give up. And I'm not going there today. And we're not going to go there ever. There's no giving up. And there are a lot of things that are happening that, once again, will help to reinforce for you how to explain to others. And things that I say this way. You've got to tuck some of the things that I'm talking about on a daily basis in your back pocket and be able to revisit them when you have conversations with people so that you can articulate what is the truth, the data, the science, and the facts, opposed to the left in this country who give you emotion, right? We all know that, right? We understand that the left in this country, what they do is all based on emotion. Everything that they're doing with Major League Baseball and the talk of restrictive voter laws that are happening in Georgia when they selectively decide to choose what are those things that are restrictive when actually a lot of it is flat out lies and then distortions and then hiding things. That is all based on the emotion of the moment and the pressure from the left in their emotional fight to make changes where we have that same ability, do we not? But you just have to be willing to do it. And man, there were a lot of comments. The governor in Bay County and Panama City making some comments and some important issues that we have across the country when it comes to not only the fight, but again, articulating the things that are important. And let me get to that right now. There's a lot to dig into today, and I'm looking forward to today's show. 239-479-5592, by the way. Anytime you want to comment, we'd love to hear you on the text line or the comments and reaction of line that we have on our drewsteele.com website. And also, anytime you want to comment on Facebook, we see all those comments as well. All right, so a couple of things. Governor DeSantis was asked again in Bay County. He's in Bay County in Panama City. A reporter asks about what we have been talking about and many across the country have been talking about, which is the CBS story, 60 Minutes, and going after the governor. You already know all about this. This is nothing new. You knew that this governor was not going to stand by and allow this to take place and not fight back. He understands full well what the former president of the United States knows. And it's that the media and the left in this country expect you to fold. They expect you to acquiesce to their pressure, to their fight, to what they do getting in your face. They expect you to back up. And when you don't, they're not really sure what to do. They kind of pivot. They're going to maybe even double down in some cases, but double down on dumb. Double down on lies. What do I mean? Reporter asked him yesterday, Governor DeSantis, about the 60 Minutes story and the lies and distortion. And he called him out.
They cut out everything that showed that their narrative was a piece of horse manure. And it shows you how dishonest. These are smear merchants. That's why nobody trusts corporate media.
Now, is he right? When he says nobody trusts corporate media, I mean, is there anything that would indicate that? Is there anything that's out there that would be science and database that would indicate that people don't trust corporate media? I have yet to find... Oh, wait, I found it. Here it is. All right, Guy Benson had this in a tweet, as a matter of fact, talking about how Mediaite had an article, 60 Minutes stands by the controversial Publix report, says DeSantis presser comments were cut for clarity. That's all it is. So all we did was we wanted to cut out all the important aspects of the 60 Minutes article for clarity. That's what it was. If clarity to the left and to the media means the most important aspect of the story, and when you cut it out, it makes the governor look bad, then that's the kind of clarity that, the media likes. But how about this part? The share of respondents by party who said that they trusted mass media, quote, a great deal, unquote, or, quote, a fair amount from 1997 to 2020. Anybody want to guess how it's working out? For Democrats, they love the media. 73%. They absolutely, positively love the media. And I'll tell you this, they went from something like a 52% approval rating or trust rating in 2016, booming up to 73% in 2020. Anybody see a correlation there between 2016 and 2020, how that all works out? Would you like to guess? Yeah. While for independents, it's been steadily down at 36% and Republicans at 10%. So you have a 36% trust in the media for independents, a 10% trust for Republicans, 73% trust for Democrats. Trust me when and 10%, somebody said 10% seems high. Yeah. But again, there is no love and trust for the corporate media. It doesn't exist. It exists for Democrats because they're the same thing. Okay.
They are a disaster in what they're doing. They knew what they were doing was a lie. I knew what they were doing was a lie. Everybody here knows what they were doing is a lie. They know that we know they're lying, and yet they continue to lie. And they lied, and they lied, and they lied. We offered them the information, and they declined to interview the key people. Because they didn't want to let go of the narrative. Well, guess what? There's going to be consequences for that. I know corporate media thinks that they can just run over people. You ain't running over this governor. I'm punching back, and I'm going to continue to do it.
He's going to continue to do it, and he's punching back, and good for him. And it's true, and he's going to do it. And good for him. A valuable lesson for everybody learned in the past 4 years from the former president of the United States to quote unquote punch back politically, to push back politically. And he also said this.
Now, see, all these corporate media people, they all scratch each other's back. So, a lot of them just are pretending it didn't happen. They're not going to really police their own. But we're going to have a lot of people that are going to police their own. But the message is for people out there, unless you're a partisan leftist, do not trust corporate media. You can't trust them. They're not trustworthy. They will lie. They will smear. And then they just move on to the next target and think that they're going to be able to get away with it. You ain't getting away with it here, okay? You come down to our state and you try to smear people, we're going to bite back and we're going to hold you accountable. So this is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
It's not over. And to the governor's point, it's never going to be over, right? Governor DeSantis in Bay County in Panama City, when asked about the CBS story, explains that it's corporate media doing what they do best. Nobody trusts them. It's absolutely true. Why do you think the fake news moniker that was given to the legacy media sticks when the former president said it? It's because it's true and people know it. Now, half the country is going to go along and believe it because they desperately want to, because they're lemmings and they're willing to go along with, tyranny and big government and the rest of it. And they love being told what to do. Just top down, baby. Just tell me what to do. That's all. Just tell me what kind of freedoms and liberty I have. And the rest of us are like, yeah, no. And I might even make the case that there are more of us than there are of them. But on the other side of it, the governor said something yesterday that I think is important as well. And here's why I bring this up, for two reasons. Number one, because with the story being CBS News, 60 Minutes, the hit job that they tried to do on the governor that they're not getting away with, that even Democrats in the state and others see and agree that this is a problem, that they could have done the story the right way and decided not to, and being called out for it. And as long as they continue to do this, you're never going to have at least 75 million people in this country agree with or go along with what they have to say. Quite the opposite. It's like somebody in your house. It's like if you have a kid in your house and you're just trying to build trust with your son or daughter. They can't just say it. They've got to show it. They've got to prove it. And they have yet to, I'm not saying my son has yet to prove it. I'm saying they have yet to prove it. My son's got some things that we got to work on, but it's together. We do it as a family. But you see what I'm saying? They have to prove it, and they have yet to do it, and they won't. And they're not going to win the hearts and minds, if you will, of the American people that way. It's just not going to happen. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I have to say that I'm upset because something did happen yesterday in Panama City, and something that the governor did talk about that was completely overlooked. I'll make a bet right now that there's probably a majority of you who have no idea why the governor was in Panama City, no idea why he was in Bay County, no idea what he was talking about. All you know is what I played. This is the story of the 60 Minutes and the story about fighting back and pushing back and not going to take it, and the fake news legacy media and what they do best, and local and state media as well, just rolling along with it because most of them are just rip and read, and they're not journalists, and they don't try to dig into stories. But there was something else going on. And he said something else that you need to tuck away, that is really important, that is really good, that the governor is saying. And if there are aspirations in the future for a 2024 run by Governor DeSantis, understanding that we still have yet to hear what the former president definitively is going to do, but that's for another time. That these are the kinds of things that you want to hear. So why was he there? Why was he there?
You have these people that...
All right, let me stop there. Let me get to that part in just a second. The governor was there because he made a pretty big announcement. Since the devastation of Hurricane Michael, Ron DeSantis was committed to making sure we could revitalize the Panhandle. Infrastructure, the economy, helping out the residents there. And there's a long-term effort going on to try to get things back to normal. And on a state level, he wants to help. And he was directing the Division of Emergency Management to approve some federal cost-sharing waivers from eligible local governments and entities. So 100% of costs incurred by local governments responding to the hurricane will be waived, and federal and state governments will cover the costs related to the storm to get back up and running. It's a cost-sharing program. They're trying to help out. There's grant money there. But I want you to listen to where some of this is going and what he understands. Some of this is going to go to colleges like Chippewa College and Tallahassee Community College, and why? To address the infrastructure needs in the Panhandle and more opportunity for residents. So what kind of opportunities? Now, you may be looking on the surface and going, oh, great, funding for colleges. So indoctrination machines. Is that what we're going to do? We're going to give our tax dollars to these indoctrination machines so that they... No. Listen. This is about jobs. This is about opportunity. And it's about the difference between a 4-year college degree and putting yourself in debt and having skills that you have out of high school and developing those and making a fantastic living. One of the things that Mike Rowe talks about all the time, dirty jobs, right, Mike Rowe, that we've talked about on this program, that everybody has talked about. Now, hold on a second moment. You don't have to go to 4 years of college and get a degree in who knows what to be successful, because there are jobs that are just waiting for you. And listen to what the governor said.
You have these people that are told you got to go to a college or all this. And so some of these people will go, they'll go $100,000 or more in debt. They'll get a degree in a subject that's like, zombie studies, basically. Doesn't do much for them when they get out. And then they're underemployed with a lot of debt. You have some guys, they get out of high school, they train, they go into something like welding. They're making $100,000 a year in their early 20s many times. No debt, and a lot of them can even go into business on their own and make even more income. So this is a no-brainer to be able to provide opportunities in these industries. And I think that obviously the state, we're going to be covering part or all the local match requirements for local governments who've already faced extraordinary fiscal impacts due to the storm.
By the way, Florida Department of Economic Opportunity head Dane Eagle was standing there with him as well, and understanding this. Trades. People that work trades, construction, HVAC, all the different trades. They can make six-digit figures right out of the gate in some cases, and then some, and understanding that that is a viable option. More than viable. So why am I bringing this up? Because a couple of things, on the heels of all the CBS News and everything else and the hit job that they did, we missed something that was pretty important. And then when he says this is the kind of thing that we want to hear into the future. That we want to hear a president say. We want to certainly hear a governor say. You don't need to go into $100,000 plus dollars worth of debt, a 4-year college degree, and who knows what, and not to use it, and ultimately you spend 4 years there and not really even sure that that's what you want to do. When you have the desire and the skill to do a trade that is going to make you quite a good living. That's some good stuff right there. I just wanted you to hear it. All right, 239-479-5592 in just a little bit. Hey, Jen Psaki.
I'll circle back.
Yes, you will. We got some audio from Jen Psaki and some of the pressure from, Peter Doocy and Fox News, really, about some of the president's comments, and we'll even have some of that coming up. You may or may not have a 4th of July. There may be an Independence Day, according to Joe Biden. No, I'm not kidding. That's what he said. So you'll hear it for yourself coming up. But stay break 92.5 Fox News right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5foxnews.com.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Security experts warn if you're one of the 533 million people whose Facebook data was hacked in 2019, you should still stay alert for scams or phishing attempts. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos is voicing support for a hike in the corporate tax rate, although not explicitly backing the president's plan to raise it to 28% from 21%. Meantime, the Wall Street Journal reports the National Coalition of Small Businesses says Amazon competes unfairly. So the group plans to lobby Congress for stricter antitrust laws and enforcement. More electric vehicles are on the way. General Motors announcing it will make an E-version of the Chevy Silverado pickup. And stocks slipped the day after setting records. The Dow dropped 96 points, the Nasdaq down 7. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Finally, spring has arrived, and so have all new Untuckit styles. Check out our new wrinkle-free shirts that every guy needs as the weather warms up. And don't forget our famous polos, the official shirts of spring. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked and will look great as we get back to the things we've been missing, like dinner with friends, reuniting with family, going on vacations, and yes, even heading back to the office. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code TAKE20 for 20% off your first purchase at untucked.com.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Spring sales drive, Marty.
You moving them doggies out, Marty, man?
Yeah, sure, everything goes.
Oh,
Yep.
so you're marking them up to sit on the lot another year.
No.
Marty, you know you can't beat Victory Lane Chevy's huge roundup of new 2021 Chevy Equinox LTs with up to 20% off MSRP.
Who says?
Or choose new 2021 Chevy Traverse LT, up to 15% off MSRP. Marty, you ever see those Western movies with the gigantic cattle drives?
Yes, I have. I've seen that.
Well, this isn't one of them, but it's close. The savings are blooming at Victory Lane Chevrolet's Spring Sales Drive. Find new roads and save up to 20% off MSRP on new 2021 Chevy Equinox or new Chevy Traverse with up to 15% off MSRP. All with our goal of 100% credit approval. It's sales drive time, buckaroos, at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer. Offers with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 4/30/2021.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group. Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Nothing runs like a... I need something I can depend on. I need a Kubota.
At Florida Coast Equipment, we have equipment you can depend on. We have the best deals in town for Kubota tractors, mowers, utility vehicles, and Kubota construction equipment. Our family has been Florida's premier Kubota dealership for over 30 years. Whether you're buying, renting, or simply need your Kubota service, come on over to Florida Coast Equipment in Naples. Equipment you can depend on at a price you'll love. Florida Coast Equipment, we've got you covered.
Wink News traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. One minor crash we're watching in North Fort Myers on 41, just south of Evergreen Road. Watch out for some activity out there, but no roadblock, no injuries reported. The rest of 41 running up to speed with no major delays in the area. Looking good along I-75, but definitely starting to pick up out there, getting a little busy around Colonial Boulevard and Daniels Parkway in Fort Myers. Your bridge commute, very clear and quiet early on this morning in and out of Cape Coral. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Coin tip of the day. I want to tell you that I'm a rocket scientist. But just because I said it, it doesn't make it true. Your air conditioning tech isn't an air quality expert either. I know what it takes to become one because I've had more than 30 credentials in this industry and over 35 years of training to get to be an air quality expert. It's not easy. If you want to buy whatever junk your air conditioning guy is selling you, I'm sure he'll love that fat commission. But if you want the truth from a real air quality expert with real credentials, call me, Fred Kobe, at 239-482-1542. You'll get the truth and nothing but the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949.
True relief for back and neck pain.
In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Your 9-year-old car just hit 100,000 miles. You don't know whether to smile and pat the dash with pride or to cry because your trade-in value just went down even further and you're so ready for an upgrade. Don't cry. Bring it to Naples Nissan and get the full original MSRP for it. That's right, whatever your trade-in was worth when it was brand new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's what Naples Nissan will give you for it. And voila, you get to drive home in a brand new Nissan. All vehicle types, all vehicle brands, regardless of where you bought it from, or if you bought it new or used. If your trade-in is a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan today. Get full details at naplesnissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
No matter what it's like outside, Train makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Train. Visit traininfo.com. Visit traininfo.com to find your local dealer and more. Because it's hard to stop a train.
I saved big money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, so I finally bought that new set of golf clubs. Watch out, Fairway. Here I come.
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big with Progressive, but your other expenses won't just disappear. Are those clubs going to help you when the hot water heater dies? Also, it sounds like your money is better spent on golf lessons.
Time to go shoot the course record.
No, but maybe time for a reality check. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
When the expected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business, the network that can divide gig speeds to the most businesses. And bounce forward with the flexibility to update your bandwidth in just a few clicks. Be fast, be flexible, be ready for what's next. Go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. And don't even think about hiring a middleman until you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Same fault as Diab. Oh, and he sticks a landing. Not sure what that is.
I think it's vaccine.
Vaccine card? Whatever it is, if that's what it takes, sign me up for one of those cards.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I'm not kidding, everybody. In case you didn't hear what that was, there's a gymnast at the University of Illinois, and he stuck a landing during a vault routine last month, so he celebrated by pulling out his COVID vaccine card and flashing it to the crowd. Really? So why would you do that? I'm just trying to understand. Like, is it because you want to prove to everybody that you can stick a landing during a vault routine and have a COVID shot? So to show that the vaccine makes you really good at gymnastics? Is that what we're doing now? Or is it one of these weird things where, you have for some of you part-time or full-time NFL fans, or zero-time because you've completely divorced yourself from football. There was a time when, the end zone dances, right? And some of them would get you in trouble. And you do that just to show off. What? I'm trying to think of what an example would be. What else? What could be more ridiculous than showing your COVID vaccine card after sticking a routine? I was asking Jake on the break about this. What else would you do? What's something that would be so over-the-top ridiculous that you would just be making a point but be making no point at all? I mean, I don't know. By the way, you're not supposed to be showing your COVID vaccine card because then people can lift it and copy it, and the next thing you know it, they're flying on a plane when they're not supposed to be flying on a plane because we're told you can't be on the plane without a vaccine. Well, not yet. We got time for that. Don't you worry. All right, there is some COVID news out there that we're going to get to. Dr. Fauci was asked about why is it that Texas, of all places, Texas, Republicans, some conservatives there, evil. Texas opened everything up 100%. They had a full ballpark at Texas Stadium the other day, I guess, right? The Texas Rangers full stadium. They had something like 40,000 people in the stands. All of these things have been going on. They've been opened up 100% for the longest time, and yet the case numbers keep ticking down. How is that possible? How does Dr. Fauci, how does the Fauci explain that, the expert of all experts? Well, he doesn't. And we'll get to the mumbling and fumbling about that he tried to do to make the case. And then something on the other side of that's bigger, which is this. COVID's not going away. It's not going away. It's something clearly that has its spikes. It goes down at certain times of the year. It goes up at certain times of the year. It goes down at certain times, and then it kind of raises up a little bit. There are bound to be spikes across the country, maybe even here in Florida, in Southwest Florida. The question is, to what degree is the spike? Are the hospitals overwhelmed? Because that's the thing we care about. And how much control are politicians and the government planning on taking once there are two days or 10 days or whatever it is, 2 weeks of time where there's this slight increase in cases to where they jump and say, all right, we got to shut it back down again because they don't want to lose the control. That's the concern that many people have. Everybody I talk to says the same exact thing. That's the dilemma we have, is the unfortunate reality that for many and those that love power and control, that they know it's never going away, and there'll always be an opportunity to say to somebody, we got a little spike in cases. It may not be that it's any more contagious. It may be a very small amount of cases. It may not be anything that's overwhelming hospitals. The people that are getting the cases are doing just fine, and they're getting over it, and doesn't matter. All right, we'll get to that. 239-479-5592. I do want to ask you this. If you would like to answer this question this morning, are you ready for a toll increase? Should we have tolls increased in Southwest Florida? I was looking at this news press, the way they worded the article here. It's pretty funny. Base toll rates on Lee County bridges could increase by $2, but if you use an electronic transponder to pay, there's no increase under a plan that's been discussed by Lee County commissioners. We probably should reach out to Brian Hammond and see what the deal is with this. As a matter of fact, if you're getting up right now, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond or Cecil Pendergrass, or anybody who's listening right now, and you want to come on the program and comment on this, maybe if you're listening right now and your staff, or you want to just hit them up via text, go ahead and let them know, and they can call maybe later this morning. We could talk about it. So here's how the news press put it. You ready, Jake? Here's how they put it. I'm wondering what they think about this. You ready? Here's the paragraph. More than a year after 27 toll takers were removed from rubbing hands with 1,500 motorists every day to take dollars and quarters from their not always sanitized fingers, the county commission is expected to make the change permanent at its next meeting in 2 weeks. So we already know what the news press thinks about it, but I wonder what you think about it. 239-479-5592. I mean, you know what's going on, right? I mean, this cashless system, you have to admit, though, it has helped, right, when it comes to traffic getting in and out of places like Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and the traffic moves a little better during rush, does it? I mean, I'm not driving during rush hour, so I don't know, but I'm assuming that the traffic moves a little smoother than it does when you've got to stop, or a majority of people, or even just some, have to stop for the toll plaza. They're saying as long as you get the transponder, the toll across the midpoint, Cape Bridge, and Sanibel Causeway will remain the same. But if you don't, it's going to cost you an extra $2 every time you pass a toll booth in Southwest Florida. because they're going to use that pay by the plate. Pay by plate, is that what it's called? Lee County plans to give away the Lee transponder stickers for free. Some Pass and soon Easy Pass will also work with no jump in price. But if you choose to cross the bridge without a transponder and pay toll by plate, you're going to pay more. So I don't know. What do you think about this? 239-479-5592. Seems like that's what a lot of people have been looking forward to, is being able to go over the bridge without having to deal with a toll plaza, just to get in and get out. And wouldn't it be cool if there was some way to do it without having to stop? And now we have it, but everything comes at a price. The toll by plate rates would go from $2 to $4 to travel across the midpoint to Cape Coral and to Sanibel. The rates would go from $6 to $8. Woo! And people are like, listen, is it going to make you think twice? Is it going to make you think twice about going out? Is it going to make you more conscious of the things that you need to do? I got to get the call screen up. Again, for those that don't know, technical difficulties on the call screen in the studio have been happening the past couple of days. So let me see if this pops. All right, there you go. Nope. It went up for a second and went away. All right. Bill's in Fort Myers wanted to comment on tolls. Go ahead, Bill. Wait, hold on a second, Bill. Jake's got to put up the phone line. There you go. Hey, Bill.
Hey, the real question with the tolls and the bridges is, when the second span of the Cape Coral Bridge was built, we was told when it was paid for, the tolls would be removed. And then they wanted to build the midpoint, so they left the tolls to pay for the midpoint. When the midpoint's paid for, they should remove the tolls. But they're not, because they're cash cows. And the increasing of the tolls, what's that going to do to multi-axle vehicles, commercial vehicles? How much is that increasing on them crossing back and forth to do work?
Yep, that I don't know, and that's a good question. I guess we can ask one of the commissioners. According to the quote in the news press from Cecil Pendergrass, one of the Lee County commissioners, he said he gets asked all the time, where is the money going to go? It's paying for the bridges, one of the Cape Coral bridges, not the original one, but the extra span that they put up. So they're still paying for that one. And apparently the midpoint.
At this point, it's worth it to me to drive through beautiful McGregor and around the long way.
Look at you. You've got $2, man. Wait a minute. Don't give too many people too many ideas, because then that's going to be a mess over there. But Jake doesn't care. Jake is like, Jake does it all the time. You know, this
is taxation. People need to avoid the tax. It's taxation. Just move on, move around it. It's bull crap.
Okay. Well, thanks for those words, Bill in Fort Myers. I would look to see who the next person is on my call screen, but I don't have it. All right, hold on a second. 239. I'm talking slow so I can. All right, let's see. 239-479-5592. All right, it's Moose. Moose is in Cape Coral. Hey, buddy.
Good morning, Drew. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, sir.
Hey, since they do the non-toll thing there at the Cape Coral Bridge, it's a million times worse.
Is it?
When people used to go through and they'd stop, there'd be some type of filter. There's only 2 lanes. So you have all these lanes over there where they would slow down, where people would at least have a chance to filter on in. Now everybody flies by. The 2 lanes that are going in, it's backed up on the left, and people try and pass on the right, and you'll have 50 cars trying to get into one lane. Traffic's been backed up on that bridge for a couple of miles several times, as well as from accidents. The amount of money that people pay in Lee County for sheriff and traffic or whatever, every day at rush hour, they should have 2 police officers there directing traffic. And the last good thing I wanted to tell you, then I'll go.
Yeah.
Drew, good news. There should be soon a membership available there at Augusta National, because the Major League Baseball commissioner has a membership there. So
there'll be one open. Hey, by the way, Moose, let me tell you this. A little inside Drew Steele baseball, and Moose can appreciate this. And just give me this. Everybody that's listening, it's just the 2 of us talking right now, but allow me this, if you will. My son, I played golf with my son over the weekend.
Fantastic.
He's doing pretty good. Impressed everybody there. He's got a nice. His big problem right now is like I'm sure like a lot of people, is the iron.
Slicing it.
No, hitting irons. He hits. Let me tell you, he hits his wood when he hits is so straight. It's so good. Technically, his swing is right on the money.
One of the keys of hitting crisp iron shots is, remember, you have to hit down on the ball. There's bounce on the bottom of an iron, and that's what allows the club to slide through when you take a divot. And you hit the ball first and hit the ground afterwards. And just remember that you can take as big a divot as you want, because there's 2 billion Chinamen on the other side of this planet, and they're never going to hear you. So take as big as divots as possible, and a golf ball goes where the belt buckle goes. Tell them to finish and face the target and take a big old cut at it.
All right, there you go. Good stuff.
Keep hitting the short grass, and don't forget about the Augusta week. See you about it.
Okay, here goes Moose. All right. Moose might have he might have exposed himself there as somebody's alter ego. 239-479-5592. All right. Yeah, I guess there may be a membership available at Augusta if the head of Major League Baseball, he might have to give up. Yeah, he won't. Can't do that. All right, we'll get into that story. But yeah, so the talk right now, the possibility that there could be the increase in tolls or not, depending on whether or not you want to get the transponder. Although I think the point that Moose is making is interesting is that it's not helping what's going on right now. It's making it worse. So I don't even know what do you do? What's the answer? If you got rid of the toll booths completely and just made it complete, I'm looking at Jake right now. You got rid of the booths completely. You made it all. There's only two choices. You got a transponder. You're paying the price. You pay by plate. If you don't, people that are here on vacation just will get a bill in the mail. That's the only choice they have, unless they hear about and find out more about, and we communicate to them to get a transponder. Like, there are no options. There's no cash options. There's no other options. It's like it's one or the other. Is that how that works? Interesting. All right, we'll reach out to either Brian Hammond or Cecil. We'll find out the details on that. All right, 239-479-5592. When we come back, all right, more from Jen Psaki yesterday. Let's see. She got cornered on the travel hypocrisy of Joe Biden. What did she say? How did that all work out? Well, she was cornered. You can only imagine. She was asked again to justify the major leagues moving the All-Star game to Colorado. So we'll play that audio. And then certainly the Fauci audio from yesterday, if you missed it. Why are the Texas cases dropping? They're open 100%. Ballparks are completely full. It's a disaster in the making. No, it's not. No, not necessarily. What's going on? Did he explain it? You tell me. We'll play the audio coming up. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com is the website. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Therese O'Shea. She's got the traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Watching a crash right now in North Fort Myers at Betmar Boulevard and North Cleveland Avenue. Fairly minor, no injuries, no roadblock. Just watch out for some deputies on scene trying to get that cleared up. I-75 getting busier out through Fort Myers, but still running up to speed. We're seeing delays really starting to build up westbound on Daniels Boulevard through Gateway, approaching Gateway Boulevard. Some stop traffic out there, so may want to reroute yourself over to State Road 82 to get into Fort Myers from Gateway or Lehigh this morning. Looking good across Collier County. No major slowdowns on the roads out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some of you are starting off on the cool side this morning with 50s and 60s, but we launch into the mid to even upper 80s later on today with tons of sunshine. But with drier than normal conditions, low humidity, and those warm temps, we again have a high fire danger risk for portions of Southwest Florida, so keep that in mind if you are going to be out and about later on today. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Rush Limbaugh.
Announcer is a paid presenter.
Me Too movement began with the public shaming of Hollywood mogul and top Democrat donor Harvey Weinstein. Nobody could predict the societal impact. So researchers from the University of Colorado wanted to see how attitudes have changed since Me Too took off. Among the answers they got was this: women who collapse with a heart attack or some other medical issue may be left to fend for themselves. Men are now afraid to give women CPR lest they be accused of sexual assault. Not kidding. Men said that they'd be fearful of being charged with inappropriate touching or sexual assault, so they will not administer CPR to a woman in dire circumstances. The study's lead author, Sarah Perman, is clearly astounded. She says that while these fears are real, it's important to realize that giving CPR is a life-saving act and that gender shouldn't matter. Well, yeah, me too. I mean, I totally agree these fears shouldn't matter to men in theory, but Miss Perman, real life isn't theory, is it? And there's a bunch of weirdo nutcases out there just waiting to make that allegation. I don't blame these men at all, not with the situation that the militant feminazis have created out there. You live with it, you die with it. No CPR. Tough it out.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, the real estate market's hot right now, but for how long? Well, nobody really knows. If people don't catch up on their mortgage payments because of COVID, the market's going to get flooded with foreclosure inventory, and that's scary because your home's value could plummet. If you thought about selling your home, now is the time to do it, but you don't want to make any costly mistakes. That's why you need to get with Anthony Gomes from GomesBuysHomes.com. See, he's been buying, selling, brokering, and investing in real estate for 20 years. Mistakes in real estate, well, they can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. So Anthony's created a free value pack training that's going to reveal 3 secrets on how to sell your home fast and for top dollar in this crazy real estate market. It's free. It won't cost you anything. Just go to GomesBuysHomes.com now. There's no obligation. GomesBuysHomes.com now.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
A refreshing swim in your pool shouldn't be interrupted by cloudy water, a broken heater, or faulty equipment. Healthy Pools of Southwest Florida keeps your oasis ready to enjoy every day. Their experts complete a 20-point checklist at each visit, keeping your pool healthy and protecting your investment. Relax knowing your pool is in good hands. Call 239-425-0300 right now and receive your first month free. That's 239-425-0300 or healthypoolsswfl.com. Healthy Pools is a For God and Country company.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Republicans want answers. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
The policies have created this catastrophe.
House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy is demanding a classified briefing after 2 men from Yemen on the FBI terror watch and no-fly list were stopped at the border amid the recent surge of migrants.
We are vulnerable now to terrorist attacks.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says finding these 2 men underscores the work they do to prevent bad actors from coming in.
So while this is rare, this is a reflection of them doing their jobs.
As the recent surge of migrants continues, there is talk of maybe resuming some border wall construction. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more on this live.
Dave, the Biden administration could plug gaps in the wall as officials think about restarting construction on parts of the barrier, a project the president criticized while running for office. The Washington Times reports Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas told Customs and Border Protection employees that the emergency that triggered the devotion of defense funds to the construction of the border wall has ended. But he added there's room to make decisions about parts of the wall that need to be renovated or finished. Dave?
Rachel, President Biden has moved his goal for all adults to be eligible for the COVID vaccine now to April 19th, but he is urging us to not be complacent.
New variants of the virus are spreading and they're moving quickly.
Now, the president also says he respects Major League Baseball moving the All-Star game from Atlanta to Denver, protesting Georgia's new voting law.
These new Jim Crow laws are just antithetical to who we are.
Telling Georgia and other Republican-led states to smarten up and not restrict voting. But Georgia's GOP Governor Brian Kemp tells the Fox News Rundown podcast that his state's law actually is expanding voting, not restricting it.
That argument just does not add up, and what they're saying is absolutely not true.
America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Tracking a crash along 75 southbound, just south of the Alico Road exit. It's off to the right-hand shoulder right now, but causing some onlooker delays. Speed slowing down around 40 miles per hour. So you may want to get off the interstate to avoid the slowdowns at exit 128 and then take 3 Oaks Parkway south to Bonita Beach Road to get around some slowdowns out there. 41 looks good as well. We're not seeing any issues out on the bridges, just starting to pick up a little bit on the midpoint and Cape Coral Bridge. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
So, you're in the market for new appliances. You have a choice. You can chase around sizing up refrigerators, opening oven doors, poking your nose into top-load washers, while wondering if the quality meets your standards and the prices are fair. Or you can go to Good Deals Appliances. Starting at Good Deals Appliances makes all the sense in the world. They feature the top names in appliances like Genair, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. But the best part about shopping at Good Deals Appliances is their price guarantee. If you ever find a lower price on the same appliance, Jane and his team at Good Deals Appliances will beat it. Every time, guaranteed. When you need appliances, make your first stop your last stop. Good Deals Appliances. 3 locations to serve you. 41 at Gladiolus in Fort Myers, Pine Island Road in Cape Coral, and on Naples Boulevard near Lowe's and Costco in Naples.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program. Dr. Fauci explains why Texas COVID cases continue falling after the mask mandates, and we're lifted and 100% open in the restaurant. Actually, he can't. So we'll have that audio coming up. Again, I think the lead in that story is pretty simple. There's no doubt that COVID is going to go up and down. Cases are going to go down. Cases are going to go up. You know, I'm hearing now, Wink News had a story about a double mutant COVID-19 strain that's out. A double mutant strain now. So now we don't name it after countries, every country except China. So now it's not UK strain, India strain, can't say China strain, or you can't say the Wuhan virus. You can't do anything like that. Wait, are we still on the air? Hello? Okay, yeah, we are. I just want to make sure, because the minute we mention that, I think that we get... Oh, hello? Did you just... Don't do that. Don't mess with people. Don't mess with people. Don't do it. Stop it. Jake's turning my mic on and off. It's not really... It's like the joke, you know, when you're trying to... your wife wants to get you to do something over the phone that you really don't want to do, and you don't have time. You got a bunch of other things that are going on, and you're on the phone, and she says, "Listen, I need you to do blah blah blah," and you say, "Wait a minute, she says, "What?" And you say, "Everything's fine." Trying to make it sound like the phone's breaking. Yeah, it doesn't work with her either. I'm not saying that I've tried this week. 239-479-5592. So we'll get to that. Yeah, so it's a double mutant strain now. It's like the toilet paper rolls, right? When you're trying to convince everybody that your toilet paper is better, what do they have? Double mundo, gigundo, quadruple sheets. You know, they make the toilet rolls now so big that you can't even fit it on the spindle anymore. You can't, right? It's true. They don't even fit anymore. They made them too big because they're trying to outdo the next. I got the double mundo, gigundo toilet rolls, and it's like, I can't, I'm trying to squeeze this thing in. It doesn't fit anymore. What am I supposed to do with it? And then I leave it on the counter, and my wife is like, "You got to put it on the spindle. It doesn't fit on the spindle. Stop getting the double mundo. Just get the normal one." We have a weird house. My poor son growing up in this house. My wife and I screaming back and forth about toilets, paper, spindles. What do you call that? It's not called a spindle. It's just a toilet paper holder. Doesn't it have a technical name? I don't know.
The real question is, how do you put the toilet paper on it?
Oh, no, dude. It always goes over the top. No, you never put it under.
You
it
have
always
to put
over.
it under.
No, it always goes over. Because if you put it under, then you can't stop it. If you put it over, then you can always put the other hand on to stop it from going too far. It's science.
See, but when you have cats, you have to put it on the other side because they'll just keep pulling it out.
That's your first problem. You've got cats.
A cat. I have one cat.
Cat. I'm just kidding. I love cats. 239-479-5592. All right, let's move on to something that's important here. All right, a couple of stories that we continue to watch on. Well, let's see. We heard that Joe Biden, absolutely positively, this administration is not really sure that there's really necessarily a crisis along the border. Everything is going to be just fine. The Vice President Harris, is on this. She has been the person. She's the point person on this. She is the individual that is taking care of all of this. And how's she doing so far? Hello? Yeah, she's not even visiting the border. Although she did go. Where did she go? She went someplace else in California, right? Didn't she go visit a location in, oh yeah, that's right. She went to Southern California over Easter weekend, to hang out. But there's no visiting the border. She couldn't do that. No, it's not. Are you kidding me? California's not even close to the border. But anyway, so are we considering now restarting border wall construction? I thought that we weren't going to do anything like that.
Quick one about the border. The DHS secretary is reportedly looking to finish some gaps in the southern border. How does that fit with President Biden's day one executive order to stop border wall construction?
Well, wall construction remains paused to the extent permitted by law. So some has already been funded through congressional authorization and funding allocation. But as agencies develop for a plan, it's paused while agencies are developing a plan for the president.
You see, look, do we need to go on any longer? When you start hearing...
But as agencies develop for a plan, it's paused while agencies are developing a plan for the president.
Yeah, let's just put it this way. She goes on to say, it looks like we're going to be finishing some portions of the wall. It's like, okay, why couldn't you just say that? It's kind of something that we need, but we don't want to actually say that we're finishing portions of the wall because everybody knows that Joe Biden was elected because they want to tear down this wall. Joe Biden tear down this wall, and he's like, okay, I'll do it. Where do I sign? Where am I? Is it mealtime yet? Point is that, they are admitting something that everybody knew, that the wall is needed. And it's just patching a couple of holes. It's nothing. It's nothing to see here. So a little bit of that going on. And then Jen Psaki also...
I'll circle back.
All right, we're going to circle back now on some other things. It's very important that she is speaking with the former president of the United States. How many times have we said that this might be the scariest moment yesterday with the press? And maybe the scariest moment of the week so far. I don't even know what day it is. Is it Wednesday? Are we at Wednesday right now? It's Wednesday. What day is it? It's Tuesday? What day is it?
It's Monday 3.0.
It's the scariest point of the week. Listen to this, everybody. You thought that Joe Biden was his own man and doing his own thing and wasn't talking to anybody else, especially the former President Barack Obama?
Has President Biden spoken to President Obama about how to pass the infrastructure bill? Has President Obama given him any advice on how to pass that bill?
They speak regularly. They, of course, were president and vice president, but they are also friends, and they share a bond of serving through 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration, but also a personal friendship and kinship. And he speaks with him regularly, but we're not going to read out those calls.
They're not going to read out the call. Sorry, you're not going to be able to find out any more about that. But is anybody worried? Anybody concerned that the President of the United States is in constant contact with Barack Obama? And they're not going to talk in detail. You can only imagine what that's like. And many people have said that, right? How many people have said that, look, Barack Obama never left Washington, D.C., very strange, very odd. How many presidents do you know that kind of stayed around Washington, D.C. because it's such a swell place? And then all of the contacts with former Obama administration officials that are now helping this president. It kind of feels that way, doesn't it? You don't want to use the word puppet because that's not really kind or nice. But it is strange. So there's a little bit of that. What else did Jen Psaki have to say yesterday? A little bit on COVID, and so the things that we need to do and not do, and the idea that we've got to stay vigilant, everybody. Wait, what did she, here it is.
The president continues to urge Americans to be vigilant. We expect he'll do that today in his remarks. But over the weekend, we saw Americans traveling for the holiday weekend. We saw a totally packed baseball stadium in Texas yesterday.
This is an outrage. You traveled, you went to go see families for Easter, you're packing ballparks, you're living your life is what you're doing. You're getting back to some sense of normalcy. You can't do that.
There are Americans across the country who are doing exactly what the president is telling them not to do. Is the message, are Americans not hearing this, or are they hearing it and ignoring it?
You know, I think the president recognizes that this has been a long and difficult journey for the American public. The country has been shut down in one form or another for more than a year now, and people have missed birthday parties, weddings, baseball games, going out to restaurants. It is difficult, it is hard, and what he's asking people to do is to sacrifice a little bit longer. I
gotta stop. You all still want to sacrifice a little bit longer? Do you think that the data and the science, all the things that we're supposed to be on top of, would indicate that we need to sacrifice a little longer? I'm just asking. It doesn't seem that way. Especially when we're still trying to figure out when it comes to vaccinations. What does it mean to be vaccinated? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it okay? Are we all right if we're vaccinated? Are we good to see loved ones? Can we go see our grandkids? Can we not see our grandkids? Do we need to be 6 feet apart? Do we need to be 3 feet apart? How many feet apart can we be? How does this work? Sometimes you're wondering whether or not even Joe Biden has a clue whether or not this is working that way, how exactly this goes. You want something definitive from the President of the United States. You want something definitive from the quote-unquote experts like Dr. Fauci, right? And then when you have Joe Biden yesterday, who is talking about, staying socially distanced and keeping your hands clean and being vaccinated, and gets within inches of a woman's face. Yes, listen to this.
You shouldn't get a vaccine. That increases the need to get one quickly, because that's how we're going to beat this. And you're going to beat it, but keep wearing a mask.
Yes.
Wash the hands and socially distance, which I'm not doing. I'm going to get in trouble here. Is this your second shot? Oh, we're set. I've had 2 as well. So.
Wait. So we're set. You got your second shot? Good. So did I. We're set. We're good. Are we good? Because that's not what we're hearing. We're not hearing that the second shot is... That's where we're all confused. Do you see the confusion? So we have some that are saying, look, you got second shot. You've got your COVID shots. Yeah, you still got a social distance. You still have to do all of these things. Still can't have kids in schools. According to the teachers' unions, can't do it across the country. But you got Joe Biden within inches of a woman's face who said she's got her shot. He's got his shot. We're good. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. We're good. Right? Well, are we good or not?
Is this your second shot? Oh, we're set. I've had 2 as well.
Okay, so we're set. Again, you can't emphasize this enough. Since day one, from the beginning of this, we are not in a pandemic right now, by the way. As some would say, we're in an endemic? Is that the term? That all anyone has ever wanted since the minute we found out about the Wuhan, China virus. All we wanted was the science, the data, the facts, and politics to stay out of it and to not have it creep into this situation at all. That there is something here that we can all unify as a country against, and we couldn't do that. And we still can't do that. And the question is, why can't we do that? And who are the people and the forces that continue to do that? That continue to want to hold on to power so desperately that they're willing to keep governments, keep economies shut down, and are desperately trying to make it so that they can push policies before everybody catches on. Texas is a perfect example where the cases continue to go down, and you got ballparks that are full, you've got restaurants that are open, you got people that are choosing to mask or not mask based on their choice, and that's the way it should be. And the Wall Street Journal has an opinion piece. Sorry, the economic crisis is over. It's getting harder for the White House and Federal Reserve to pretend that emergency policies are needed. Just a few paragraphs from this, and then we got to go take a break, Jake. This is so important. Listen to this. It's getting harder for the Biden administration to claim we're in an economic crisis that demands more spending. Although that's what we keep hearing, right? Again, don't miss the lead. If this goes away, man, a lot of power goes away. Man, a lot of opportunity goes away. It's closer to the truth to say the economy is growing in a way that calls for spending and monetary restraint. The latest evidence arrived Monday with the Institute for Supply Management's news that its March survey for service businesses hit 63.7. That's an all-time high, and it signifies rapid growth and optimism. The only problem is that many businesses say they can't find enough workers or supplies to meet their order books. Oh, yeah, there's a story about that, too. In Chicago, a perfect example, restaurants can't find workers because the stimulus checks keep them at home. The stimulus checks have been keeping them at home. That follows Friday's blowout employment report for March with a net total of 1.07 million new jobs, including revisions from the previous 2 months. Wage gains were bigger than they looked at first glance, given that many returning workers were those in lower wage service jobs hurt by the pandemic. Other economic signals confirm that the economy is set to soar this year if new strains of COVID-19 don't defeat the vaccine and the politicians don't do anything dumb. The bottom of the recession may have been as early as last April, and the economy has been growing for at least 9 months. All of this casts more doubt about the Fed's super accommodative monetary policy. It also makes President Biden's new $4 trillion spending plan a case of needless excess. But then a non-crisis is a harder thing to exploit. A non-crisis is a harder thing to exploit. That's the takeaway. Oh, and by the way, if new strains of COVID-19 don't defeat the vaccines and the politicians don't do anything dumb, we have no evidence, no science that would suggest that whether you have been infected and you've recovered from COVID, or whether you've received the vaccine and after the fact that you're getting reinfected, and that any of the strains have been able to bypass what we've been vaccinated or naturally vaccinated against. So again, a non-crisis is a harder thing to exploit. And that's the sad reality in all of this. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website. If you want to watch, we appreciate it. And let's go to break right now. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
How do you protect yourself from the new forms of the coronavirus? Here you go. Got a mask that fits good and snug? Perfect. Now, give your neighbors at least 6 feet of space and avoid crowds, because all that stuff still works too. Look, I'll definitely get my vaccine when it's my turn, but now isn't the time to let your guard or your mask down.
We can do this. Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well,
trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
It's Rockstar Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. 100% of applications accepted. Save thousands this week only at Rockstar Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale. It ends this Sunday. On the credit.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach with a Week 5 legislative update. Last Wednesday, we hit the halfway mark on our 60-day session, and we're making every day count in our fight to defend the Constitution and protect liberty. This week, we voted to require Florida students to receive education on the dangers of communist ideology. As the liberal left works to destroy the foundation of our nation, it's imperative our children understand how and why the founding principles created the freest country on earth. House Resolution 145, which I co-sponsored, also passed out of its first committee. This resolution denounces socialism in favor of individual liberty and should be a no-brainer, but every single Democrat voted in support of socialism, which proves that they are still hell-bent on transforming this country. Thank God we have a Republican majority, and we need your help to keep it. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and remember that this is your government, and we work for you. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, a State Break, 92.5 Fox News. When we come back, the president had some comments about the Masters and whether or not they should move the Masters now out of Georgia. Just move. Hey, just get everything out of Georgia. Just completely move the place. Just have Republicans, nobody else. Get Democrats out. What are we doing? Every Democrat in the state of Georgia, get out of there. Let's move them all out. Every Democrat, every business, just get out of there. Get out. We'll just have Georgia with Republicans. That's it. Nobody else is allowed there. Leave them there by themselves. And let them rot in their own... I don't know. That was weird. All right, so we'll get to what the president had to say coming up. And a little more on DeSantis and what he said yesterday about the CBS 60 Minutes hit job on him.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. It was only a couple years ago I had my LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team. It's life-changing. From the simple little things like waking up in the morning, being able to see the alarm clock, to being able to go outside, toss ball with my son in the heat of the summer and not worry about glasses, contacts, sweat getting into them. But listen to this, though. The technology has radically improved even since I had my procedure done. Maybe you're a candidate for what's called SMILE. It's a procedure that has a smaller incision, no flap, and a lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. It's fantastic. All sorts of options that you can do now with Dr. France and his team to meet the needs of your eyes specifically. It is not one size fits all. So don't compromise when it comes to your eyes. So go to Dr. France and his team today. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone and go see him.
Friends, I care.
This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse, Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader and home of the no closing cost mortgage. No points, no hidden fees, no loan costs, period. If the mortgage you have right now was done prior to COVID-19, you should call us for a free review. At Mortgage Warehouse, we understand how frustrating it can be to make your mortgage payment month after month, and the loan balance just doesn't seem to go down. The payment is mostly interest, but we can help with that. We can combine near record low mortgage rates with our local no closing cost program to improve your mortgage payment right away. You do not have to roll any closing costs into your loan balance to get these ultra-low mortgage rates. You can apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com or call 313-5000. That's 313-5000. MortgageWarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
NCH Heart Institute is home to the most experienced and most dedicated team of physicians and nurses in Southwest Florida. Over the past 30 years, NCH Heart Institute has mastered the quality, the care, and the holistic patient experience that can only be found within a nationally ranked heart institute. Caring for a patient, mind, heart, and body. That's the cornerstone of our critical care team, which ranks in the top 2% of all hospitals in America. NCH Heart Institute, at the heart of what matters most.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster.
No more confusing rules. No more confusing restrictions.
By a week from next Monday, April 19th, President Biden says he wants coronavirus vaccines offered to every American 16 and up.
Even as the pace of vaccines speeds up, President Biden warns the pandemic is not over, urging Americans to continue to take precautions.
We're not even halfway through vaccinating over 300 million Americans.
At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Arkansas's legislature votes to ban medical treatment like hormone therapy for transgender teenagers, overriding Governor Asa Hutchinson's veto. He's a Republican. He tells Fox's Tucker Carlson the bill is government overreach and goes too far.
This, again, is the first law in the nation that invokes the state between medical decisions, parents who consent to that, and the decision of the patient.
America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
A busy start to your Wednesday commute along I-75. We have two crashes southbound, one near the Alico Road exit around mile marker 127, 128. No roadblock, but that is causing some delays as people are just onlook or slowing down heading through that area toward Alico Road. And farther south toward the Corkscrew Road exit in Estero, we have a crash we're watching. Also southbound, no word on any roadblock there right now, but just expect some slowdowns. May want to reroute yourself to Three Oaks Parkway or US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wake News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
We need to get back to the times when you could agree to disagree and help your neighbors.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Go for corner. People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797. 888-848-9797.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes. So if you're having AC issues, get a new Carrier system and save up to $2,000 in rebates, plus 6 months no payments. And Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection. License number CCC 1326213.
Introducing touch-free payments from PayPal, a safe way for your customers to pay. Simply download the PayPal app and display your own unique QR code for your customers to scan. Whether you're a market seller,
I'll take 2 tomatoes and a cucumber.
poodle pamperer, piano tuner, or plumber, signing up to accept touch-free payments for your business is easy. Touch-free QR code payments. Shop safe with PayPal.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
University in Michigan is offering a very unique scholarship.
Michigan University is not only offering a degree in cannabis chemistry, it's now the first university in the nation to offer a scholarship for it.
That's a 2-year program that takes roughly 12 years to complete.
All right. That's where we're at right now, everybody. So we have scholarships in cannabis chemistry. Did you hear that? Oh, Jake just perked up. Hold on a second. You just perked up. I was on the phone with. No, I know you were on the phone with Brian Hammond, but I was just saying. I heard as soon as you heard the cannabis portion of the program, you all of a sudden everything just went. Hold on a second. Smile on my face. What? You put the phone right there. As soon as he said cannabis chemistry degree scholarship, you dropped the phone. Poor Brian Hammond, who was on the phone at the moment that took place. All right, we're going to get to him in just a second, but I do want to remind everybody, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD coming up in 10 more minutes. And for you, just for playing, you're going to get a $100 gift certificate to Kenzie Med Spa and Wellness Center on 6th Avenue South in Naples. So it's good for any service they have, including skincare, facials, Botox, chemical peels, cool sculpting, weight loss treatments, all of it. How about that? So KenzieSpa.com is the website. But Kenzie Med Spa and Wellness Center, a $100 gift certificate just for playing Drew's College. That's coming up. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is joining us right now because I have some toll booth questions. Good morning. Are you okay after him dropping the phone on you like that? That was kind of rude.
I'm fine. I've been through much worse. It's okay.
Okay, good.
Just a bruise.
just a bruise. I didn't know that happens when See, that's a little known fact that when you drop the phone, if you're speaking with someone on a traditional phone line, they actually bruise on the other side, which is really, it's not really true at all. We're moving on. All right, so I talked about this morning, and I thought this was certainly interesting. Explain to everybody this story out of the news press. By the way, I think we already know where the news press stands, whether they agree or not. It says bridge toll hikes coming to Lee County, not if drivers use electronic tolls permanently. And the way they said it in this one paragraph is very interesting. More than a year after 27 toll takers were removed from rubbing hands with 1,500 motorists every day to take dollars and quarters from their not always sanitized fingers. Ew. Okay, so I added the ew part. Clearly, the news press didn't put that in there. But anyway, I digress. All right, so what do we have here? What's going on?
No, that was one of the considerations, obviously, is the sanitation and the safety for the workers going forward. So now's a good time to have the conversation. I'm going to be completely upfront. I'm not sure if I'm for it. I'm not sure if I'm against it yet. I'm really trying to talk with the folks, especially those who live in Cape Coral, who are going to be affected by this, to try and understand, how we can make this the best for all of our residents in Lee County, and especially for those who have to use the Sanibel and Cape Coral bridges the most. But what's happened is, for the last year, people have gotten used to using the cashless tolls, right? It's also the wave of the future throughout the state of Florida. Florida Department of Transportation is making cashless or toll by plate all over the state. So if there was ever a time to have the conversation, now's the time, because people have been doing it for the last year. So the question was, do we want to continue doing it? The commissioners yesterday seemed to agree on the idea of continuing with the cashless tolls. The people who worked in the toll booth, the staff told us, had been, reassigned to other places within the county. Some of them, chose to leave, for retirement and attrition, they call it. There are about 6 people left who they're trying to work with human resources to find positions within the county to keep them employed with us. We definitely don't want to hurt anybody. The bottom line of what they presented to us yesterday was, we continue doing the cashless tolls. They're proposing that if you have a sticker or a transponder, that nothing changed. You pay the same rate that you're paying now. They're proposing that if you don't have the sticker and you're going to do the toll by plate, that actually does cost more. Believe it or not, this is what they told us. It costs more than having a person take your money, because of the invoicing and the driver identification and all of the stuff, the efforts that you have to go through to collect that money. So they want to charge those folks $2 more. So it's a $4 charge for those folks who don't have the sticker or the transponder. Now, the thing is, they wanted to make it easy for people to switch to the sticker. Usually they charge $10 for the sticker, but they are going to waive that fee completely and make it free. So if you really don't want to pay the $4 going over the Cape bridges, or the what would be $8 going over the Sanibel bridges, you can get the free leeway sticker and continue to pay what you're paying today.
Okay, so a lot of questions that people... Oh, by the way, if you want to text some questions, 239-479-5592. Already getting lots of texts. People have questions. The first question is the obvious question. And you probably hear it a million times, and I'm probably going to tell you something you've already heard. We're still paying for bridges? I mean,
yeah.
And believe me, I get the same question all about. It's always is, what are we doing here? How long are we paying for this? But there's more to it.
So think about it. Many people, when they buy a house with a 30-year mortgage. When they did the Midpoint Bridge in Cape Coral, they did it with a 30-year loan. Well, the Midpoint Bridge feels like it's been around forever, but it actually opened in 97. So the year 2027 is actually when the loans will be paid off on the Midpoint Bridge. We do still owe money on the Midpoint Bridge. Anything that comes in from the 2 Cape Coral Bridge toll areas that is above and beyond what we need to pay the loan on the Midpoint Bridge goes towards obviously keeping the bridge maintenance up, but then also building out Burnstore Road right now. We have an agreement with Cape Coral that we have to spend that money on the same corridor that the bridge is on. And then we're also starting to save up money for the older span of the Cape Coral Bridge. That's going to need to be replaced here in about 10 years. So we're already trying to save up some money so that we won't have to borrow as much when it's time to build that new one.
Oh, all right. So I didn't know that. All right. So we have that. One of the other questions that people are asking right now, based on what you just said, is, well, if it's cheaper to put people back in there than it is to do this, why don't we just put the people back in the toll booths? Why don't we just hire some people in there and get them in?
That's not a point that's lost on me. That was actually one of the things I thought yesterday, too, as we were hearing this. I completely understand where they're coming from.
Yeah. And I guess, the other thing that people asked, and I had a couple of questions this morning on it as I brought it up, was this. Has it helped? Because some people are saying it's worse, the traffic, than it's been before. It isn't helping the flow, this new way of doing things. And I'm just asking you, what have you seen? What have you heard? What about that aspect of it?
Well, I had not heard anybody say that it hasn't helped or that it has caused more traffic problems, but I'm interested to hear those comments, and please send them to me or say them on the show, whichever you feel like, because I want to know how this is working and how this is not working. In my personal experience as a Cape Coral resident and driving over those bridges during the rush hours, especially the Cape Coral Bridge, that's the one in the south that, is College Parkway, and Cape Coral Parkway is what it connects. I've noticed that it was easier, especially coming home during the rush hour, because when you had all the toll lanes open, you had 57 lanes that people were trying to merge into two.
Right.
That might be an exaggeration, but I thought it was smoother. But I'm definitely open. That's actually why I wanted to get on the radio with you this morning, so that we could tell people. I want to hear from them about what they think of this system.
Okay, so when is all of this going to be coming up?
Okay, so what will happen is we had a workshop where they proposed the idea to us yesterday, and we kind of gave them our feedback on it. They'll come to us at the next county commission meeting, which is the third Tuesday in April, with a proposal to basically, they call it codifying, but getting their permission to move forward with developing these ideas. So at that time, we would take public comment. People could come and talk to us and tell us how they feel about it. But then nothing would actually change until October. October is the time of year when they actually renew all of the discount programs and things like that for our leeway customers. So it would definitely be something that you'd have 6 months or longer to phase into. I told them they need to really get a good, robust communication plan going. Make it as easy as possible for people to switch if they want to switch to the stickers. Again, I'm open to hearing what other ideas. I think they needed to put a customer service center in Cape Coral so that folks from the Cape don't actually have to drive to Fort Myers to be serviced by Leeway face-to-face if they want to, and then back to Cape Coral. So we're looking for all those ideas right now that we can propose to them.
Okay, well, that all sounds good. Here's a couple of thoughts quick before we go. Maybe to encourage people to do this, and maybe even people who come into Southwest Florida, maybe we make the toll lanes pennies only. So we just do that. It's pennies only, and then maybe that'll encourage people to. I wonder how's that aspect going to work as well. So reading into the story here, I just thought of this now, is the fact that the individuals who don't have the transponders, they're going to have to do pay by plate. So then people who come here, tourists that come into town, no transponder, just here visiting, they've got the two choices are they pay by plate or they go to the booth.
Well, here's the interesting thing that
there's no booth.
Try and help out the tourists. So
Yeah.
Easy Pass. Easy Pass is a tolling system that they have up north. It's actually in 19 different states. We're going to, regardless of what happens, we're working out an agreement that should be completed this summer where Easy Pass will work on the Leeway toll system.
Gotcha.
So it'll just hit your Easy Pass account, and you'll pay that $2 on the Cape Bridges and the $6 on the Sanibel Bridge. Your rate won't change. Sun Pass, your rate won't change. And of course, if you're a Leeway customer, your rate won't change. That takes care of about 2/3 of the people who go over the bridge every day. And for the final third that just is paying toll by plate right now, they would have between now and October to get their free sticker if they want, or if they don't go over the bridge that often and they find that it's actually cheaper for them to just pay that $4 on the one rare occasion that they go over, then that'll happen, that way.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this, and we've got another week and a half? Is that what it is, or less than a week? 2 weeks.
Yeah, a week and a half before the commission meeting,
Right.
And even at that meeting, we're just going to decide at that meeting whether or not to stay cashless or not.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about any of the rate changes at that meeting. That'll be in a future meeting, because I think basically yesterday the commissioner said you need to work on this plan with the rate changes some more and justify it a little better than what it was yesterday.
Right. Okay. And then we'll do this. We'll have you back and talk about some other issues that are happening around Southwest Florida in Lee County, and we'll get specific on some other things, and then we'll bring this up once again. So we'll have you back. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good, Drew. Thanks.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, just on the fly right there. We just brought this up. I had no intention on having him on the program this morning, and had Jake reach out, and there we go. Boom. Good. So I'm so happy that we were able to discuss this more. All right. 239-479-55 92. Here we go. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And for the 9th caller right now, you will win a $100 gift certificate from Kenzie Med Spa and Wellness Center on 6th Avenue South in Naples. Kenzie Med Spa services like skincare, facials, Botox, chemical peels, cool sculpting, weight loss treatments. $100 gift certificate, yours just for playing and being caller number 9 right now at 239-479-5592. Play Drew's College next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
A busy Wednesday morning commute right now. We have a crash along I-75 southbound at mile marker 127 with injuries. No actual roadblock, but the interstate's very slow moving. Just a lot of onlooker delays out there coming down from Daniels Parkway through the Alico Road exit. To avoid it, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. You could also take 41. We're also watching a northbound roadblock on Joel Boulevard at East 14th Street in Lehigh Acres because of a crash. If you're heading out right now through Cape Coral, we've got a crash at Nicholas Parkway just off Pine Island Road, and heading through Collier County, we have a crash at Immokalee Road and Kamkias Road in Immokalee with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Some of you are starting off on the cool side this morning with 50s and 60s, but we launch into the mid to even upper 80s later on today with tons of sunshine. But with drier than normal conditions, low humidity, and those warm temps, we again have a high fire danger risk for portions of Southwest Florida, so keep that in mind if you are going to be out and about later on today. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows in North Fort Myers, and Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for the upcoming season. Global Weather Oscillations, an organization that predicts storms and hurricanes, has just been cited as the most accurate in storm forecasting by the media. Professor David Dilley, senior forecaster for Global Weather Oscillations, says that GWO's Climate Pulse technology model indicates that some regions of the United States have entered or will be entering the most dangerous hurricane landfall cycle in 70 years.
The experience with their product was great. We went through the storm. We didn't have to rush around and get plywood. We didn't have to put up shutters. It wasn't loud. It wasn't scary. There was no noise at all. We could see outside the whole time. We felt safe, and I just can't thank Storm Shield enough for the quality of their product and the peace of mind and security that it gave my family and me through the storm.
Enjoy the peace of mind, safety, and security that Storm Shield Hurricane Windows and Doors will add to your home. Call Storm Shield for a free in-home estimate today at 239-491-7000. 491-7002.
License number CGCA 60475.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
True relief for back and neck pain.
Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC problems, get our $49 tune-up, including no breakdown guarantee, and Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, Florida, cooltoday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to John. John's in Fort Myers. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Good morning, John. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree question. Sir, starts right now. Hey, John, do you remember who won the Democrat nomination for President of the United States in the year 2016?
Obama? No. Joe Biden.
No, it's Hillary Clinton, 2016. Hillary Clinton, 2016.
That one.
It sounds like you and someone else in the car with you trying to help you out there, and maybe they're messing you up. Maybe stick with your brain as opposed to the combined brains, or not. Either way, the combined, it's always better combined. Oh gosh, I got to move. Moving on. All right, let's see if we get an associate's degree on this question. How often do we hold elections for U.S. representatives, like congressmen?
2 years. Every 2 years.
That's correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Can you name one of the 2 longest rivers in the United States? One of the 2 longest rivers in the United States.
Mississippi?
That is correct, sir. And the other one is the Missouri.
Missouri. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you learned something. It's a civics lesson here, John. That's what we're doing.
There you go.
All right.
Joint effort.
All right, we got it. Yeah, it's a joint effort. That's correct. All right, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Where did it go? There it is. In 1865, Abraham Lincoln's assassin was surrounded by federal troops, shot and killed. 1865. Who was that assassin?
John Booth.
Can we accept John Booth? Yeah, John Wilkes Booth. But John Booth
Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, but that's okay. John Booth is good. All right, well, master's degree, you got it. Congratulations, and fine job. You and the other half of your brain. Good job. And you also, both parts, got a $100 gift certificate to Kenzie Med Spa and Wellness Center, 6th Avenue South in Naples. So I'm sure the other half of your brain will enjoy skincare, facials, Botox, chemical peels, cool sculpting, weight loss treatments, or maybe it's you.
That's true. My other half will.
It was just a guess. You know, it's a known fact that one half of the brain is about...
Well, you got a PhD, right?
That is true. All right, hold on the line there, sir. We appreciate you playing Drew's College.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
It's Drew Steele visiting with my friend TJ, owner of the Floormeisters in Naples. And first of all, TJ, you know how much I love my Core-Tech, my home, my wife. When I bring people over, I kind of brag on the floor. Actually, they brag on it for me. They look and they see how beautiful it is. And the selection you have is amazing. Talk about it.
We have 100 colors of Core-Tech right now that we stock by the pallet so I can sell it cheaper to you every day than anybody else around. We're getting in, I believe, 10 new colors for their entries for 2021. Usually we go out to Vegas and see it there, but with coronavirus, they brought it to me this time.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floormeisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call. 239-596-4964. 239-596-4964. Or on the web at floormeisters.com.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy study and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
In January, they're going up in some places.
The past week, almost half the COVID cases in the U.S. were in 5 states: Florida, Michigan, New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, though the president is moving up his goal of having all adults eligible for the COVID vaccine shots by April 19th now. It appears, though, in the push to reopen schools safely, not all parents are ready to send kids back to class. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has this live.
And Dave, the new survey from the Biden administration takes a look at remote learning in February at nearly 3,500 schools that serve fourth graders and nearly 3,500 that include eighth graders across 37 states. It found that nearly 46% of public schools offered 5 days a week of in-person learning, but just 34% of students were actually in the classroom. It also found that more than a third of students in the South and Midwest were learning entirely at school, compared with less than a quarter in the West and Northeast. Dave?
Tanya, a lot of schools may not be renamed in San Francisco after all. The city's Board of Education voted last night to suspend a plan aimed at rebranding schools some claimed were named for people who were racist or sexist or otherwise controversial, including Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Paul Revere, even current California Senator Dianne Feinstein. Amid the surge of migrants at the border,
the administration opens yet another new emergency child facility, this one near Donna, Texas. Meanwhile, DHS Secretary Mayorkas is reportedly considering restarting some wall construction.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
A busy Wednesday morning commute right now. We have a crash along I-75 southbound at mile marker 127 with injuries. No actual roadblock, but the interstate's very slow moving. Just a lot of onlooker delays out there coming down from Daniels Parkway through the Alico Road exit. To avoid it, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. You could also take 41. We're also watching a northbound roadblock on Joel Boulevard at East 14th Street in Lehigh Acres because of a crash. If you're heading out right now through Cape Coral, we've got a crash at Nicholas Parkway just off Pine Island Road. And heading through Collier County, we have a crash at Immokalee Road and Kamkias Road in Immokalee with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus.
It's on the police. Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
We'll buy your car today, on the spot, and pay you $500 more than anyone else. It's the ultimate buyback event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. 4 days only. Market conditions and a record month have caused a massive demand for your used vehicle, allowing Sutherland to pay more than ever for trade-ins, up to 130% book value and $500 more than any other written offer. No purchase necessary. Sutherland Nissan will buy your car outright. You don't need to buy one of our cars. Bring your vehicle to Sutherland and get paid up to 130% 30% value today. Plus, you can score your car for free on the Sutherland basketball hoop. Make a layup, free throw, three-pointer, and half-court shot, and you can tear up your contract. The car is yours on the house. Hurry, this event ends 7 p.m. Sunday. Nobody in Florida pays you more for your old car than Sutherland. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Your used car megastore. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
See dealer for details.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. That is the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching the program, and we certainly appreciate you making this program the beginning of your day or the end of your day or the middle of your day. It just depends on where you work and everything else. You know how that goes. All right, a couple of things that we're going to talk about. The governor, Ron DeSantis in Bay County in Panama City. And it's a shame because on the heels of the 60 Minutes hit piece against the governor that everybody knows about, that everybody knows happened, that nobody can deny. If you're on the left, if you're the media, if you're a Democrat, all one and the same, sorry, you can try to cover for it, but you really can't. Although they don't cover for it, they double down on it, and I'll have information on that. It's a shame because on the heels of the governor having a statement made to the press yesterday about it specifically, something else was happening in Panama City that was really important. And I was so happy to hear the governor speaking directly to this, because what he said yesterday, and probably you didn't even hear it, because the media and everybody, and quite honestly, conservative media as well, focusing on the fight against the fake news legacy media, as opposed to what was the reasoning for the visit to Panama City. And man, I'll tell you, when you hear the audio that I'm going to play, you'll understand why this snippet of audio that I'm going to play is going to be crucial, is going to be part of why many people will appreciate the governor possibly running for president in 2024, certainly to reinforce his place here in the state of Florida as the governor in a very important 2022 race. And something that we've talked about on this program and others have as well, and it's very, very important that we focus on this. And that's coming up. Hey, Jake, you're going to like this on the heels of what you're doing right now as I'm watching you. Hey, you remember in the early days of the pandemic, remember in the early days, the CDC had warnings about the steps you have to take, the important things you need to do about making sure that we don't transmit the vid. And, it's travel restrictions, it's masks, it's all that kind of stuff, right? And then even surfaces and cleaning, right? All of this. Yeah. Right? A lot of us do it. We clean here frantically in some cases. I know certain individuals have made their hands raw red with the amount of washing and chemicals and sanitizers that they've put on there. You probably know somebody like that, right? Hey, guess what, everybody? The CDC has put out a new memo here. And maybe the transmission whole thing on surfaces and stuff, maybe we might have missed the mark a little bit. Just putting it out there. Look, there are things that we know about the vid and things that we are learning each and every day about the vid, but certainly there are many, many, many things that we know about the vid a year plus into it, transmission-wise, vaccine-wise, once you get it, not getting it again, the immunity that is built, how throughout mankind, the one thing that is a constant is that human beings have not been wiped off the face of the planet due to a virus, that we've been able to adjust. We've been able to have herd immunity. We've been able to find immunity even with the Spanish flu and other. Look, we're still here, everybody. And that's not vaccines or anybody else or masking or anything else. That is us. But here we go. More than a year later, the CDC has, quote unquote, revised their estimates on the subject of cleaning. How long the virus could survive on various surfaces and what measures would be required to prevent us from catching the disease by touching things like doorknobs and paper money and coins and certain disgusting individuals that we question whether or not their hygiene is in the proper place. I'm stretching it, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so they've revised the estimates. What do we have, everybody? The chances of catching COVID by touching a potentially infected surface are low. But how low? Are you ready for this? CDC says there's not a significant risk of catching the coronavirus from an infected surface or object. People generally catch COVID through direct contact with a sick person or droplet or airborne transmission. It's possible for these people to be infected through contact with contaminated surface or objects, but the risk is generally considered to be low. How low? 1 in 10,000. That's how low it is. I mean, they're saying, look, you can still do it. The rate, they rate the chances at 1 in 10,000. That's I don't know, 1 in 10,000. That's pretty good odds on the other side. I mean, it's bad odds if you have a horse or a dog that's running at the dog track, which doesn't exist. That's a horse at the horse track, and they've got 1 to 10,000 odds. That's a good payday, but that's not a good horse. And the new CDC guidelines inform us that simple cleaning agents appear to be effective against the virus, and disinfectants aren't necessarily for most situations. Little scientific support for routine use of disinfectants in community settings. Like they're saying, cleaning with normal soap or detergent is considered effective. So basically, all the people that have been hoarding Purell and selling it on the black market and all the crazy things that we did, early in the pandemic when we didn't know better and we were told, hoard the stuff. All the hoarding of and the toilet paper and all that kind of stuff. Maybe some of it was a little overblown. Well, the toilet paper maybe wasn't, but so there you go. Where we had businesses completely shutting down and then switching their services to try to provide these hand sanitizers that supposedly we needed because it was the only thing that was going to kill the vid. We come to find out that just washing with normal soap and detergent, that seems to be just as effective. We're good. I'm just putting it out there because I guess there's so much to unpack with this, right? Certainly people are going to make a huge fortune out of the unfortunate circumstances that we're begging and pleading, and we've been since day one. Just give us the facts, the data, the information as we get it. Let us hear about it. Let us know about it. And keep your politics out of it. When we have the story in the Wall Street Journal that I mentioned earlier about how it's getting harder for the White House and the feds to pretend that there are emergency monetary policies that are needed when we're finding out that a non-crisis is a harder thing to exploit, and we see how we don't need to have trillions upon trillions of dollars spent right now. We may not have needed to do it to begin with in the ways that we did, and that now's the time to recognize that, and with some of these things coming out, to say, all right, we need to take it down a notch. So there's that story about the vid, and just keeping an eye on it. And again, when you've got the president of the United States who's trying to convince everybody that we're not even sure whether or not you're necessarily going to have an Independence Day. Oh, the other part of the vid story is something that I love, and it's this. We're told by Jen Psaki and the administration that there's good news here, that the Biden administration has set an April 19th deadline for states to make all adults eligible for the COVID vaccine. April 19th. The amazing part is nobody, not one single person, could have predicted that April would have been the month that we would have been able to vaccinate every single person here, every American. Nobody, not one person made that call. Nobody. Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, Trump says, without evidence, according to the Washington Post, back in September of 2020, that every American will get coronavirus vaccine by April. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. It's all Joe Biden. Joe Biden did it.
Not a joke.
Not a joke.
Bowl of doggy do.
Yeah, it's a sort of. So there's that. You've got the president who's trying to explain to us that, listen, just want to let you know that we've got to stay vigilant. We've got to make sure that if you want an Independence Day, you just got to follow the rules, everybody. We're just trying to understand exactly what those rules are. There's a little confusion about that. Right? Didn't he say something about the 4th of July when asked about that? Didn't he?
Until this vaccine is available to the world, and we're beating back the vaccine, the virus in other countries, we're not really completely safe. So we've made great progress. I'm still looking forward to the prospect if we keep the pace we're on and we listen to one another, take the precautions I talked about, that you'll be able to have a 4th of July, an Independence Day on July the 4th, as I defined about 3 weeks ago. I want to have an Independence Day, an independence from the COVID.
Okay. Are you not having an Independence Day? Are you planning on not having an Independence Day? Again, does Joe Biden do Democrats live in a bubble? Are you seeing what's going on even in Texas? 100% open. You've got ballparks that are packed, and oh man, the left is not happy about that. But yet the cases keep going down. And how did the Fauci answer that question? MSNBC asked him yesterday, flat out, right?
You mentioned Texas and that full ballpark in Arlington yesterday. There was a lot of concern last month when Texas effectively opened up, dropped all those restrictions and said it's back to life. And if you go to Texas, as you know, it looks like 2019. The restaurants and the bars are full and open. The ballparks are full. And yet we've seen cases and hospitalizations since then continue to tick downward.
Continue to tick downward, everybody.
So what do you make of that as all of us look around and sort of try to consider how safe it is to get back to normal life?
All right, so here's the Fauci with the answer.
Yeah, it can be confusing because you may see a lag and a delay because often you have to wait a few weeks before you see the effect of what you're doing right now.
All right. So there's a lag. So it's coming, everybody. There's no doubt that it's coming.
There are a lot of things that go into that. I mean, when you say that they've had a lot of activity on the outside, like ball games. I'm not really quite sure. It could be they're doing things outdoors. It's very difficult to just one-on-one compare that.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He has no idea. I can't explain it. It's very difficult. But there's one thing that, for many people that I talk to, is the bottom line, and it's this. The vid's not going anywhere. It's going to be around, just like other viruses that we have, and it's cyclical, just like other viruses. There are going to be seasons where we're going to have it more than seasons that we won't. And what kind of spikes will there be, and how many days do we have a spike in cases where the powerful, those that are power hungry, will want to say, we got to shut it down. We got to lock it down. See, this is what I warned you about. This is the thing that I'm concerned about. What does that number look like? Because we're not in a pandemic right now, everybody. We are not. So when is it done? And it goes back to the Wall Street Journal article. Economic signals confirm that the economy is set to soar this year if a new strain of COVID-19 doesn't defeat the vaccines and the politicians don't do anything dumb. Well, the new strains of COVID that we're hearing about, the double mutant giant, I was just watching Wink News a little earlier. It's a double mutant strain of the virus is out there now. It's like toilet paper when they're trying to outdo the other one. It's like a double massive roll, the double mega massive roll. It's so big you can't even fit it on the toilet spindle anymore. It's impossible. They're huge. It's true. That's a fact. I mean, the toilet paper thing. But again, we ask about the strains, and are they more infectious? Those that have immunity right now because they've already had it or because they have the vaccine. Are we hearing anything about those cases popping up? Are they getting reinfected? We're not hearing anything about that. It's not happening. The bottom of the recession may have been as early as last April, and the economy has been growing for at least 9 months. All of this casts more doubt about the Federal Reserve's super accommodative monetary policy. It's awful, everybody. This modern monetary theory about printing up money, and we can print our way out of everything. What difference does it make? We can just print our way out of it. That's what the government does. We can print it. No, we can't. Wall Street Journal. It also makes President Biden's new $4 trillion spending plan a case of needless excess. But then a non-crisis is a harder thing to exploit. And that is the bottom line and the takeaway of this segment, and it's this. The unfortunate reality is that there are people that are vulnerable to the virus. We know it. There are people who are getting vaccinated that are the most vulnerable. They are being helped by the vaccination. We are being told that if you get vaccinated a couple of weeks afterwards, you're good to go. If you've already got the vid, you're good to go. Everything is fine. There are people that can get back to normal, that can be closer than the 6 feet of social distancing and the masks and the like. The rest of it's up to you as to whether or not you feel comfortable or not. But the point is, if there's no crisis, you can't exploit. And so when Dr. Fauci says, I don't know why Texas numbers are going down. I don't know why they're fully open and the numbers are going down, but I'm telling you, they're going to bounce back up. And when they do, we've got to be ready. And naturally, there'll be a bounce because there's always a bounce. But what does that bounce look like? What are the percentages? What are the numbers? How small? How small does it need to be? How big does it need to be in order for somebody to say that's enough? And for the calls and the screams to shut everything down, get back in your house, and do this all over again? And the answer is, we're done. People are they're done with that because we know too much about it now. CDC says, listen, soap and water, that's good. You don't have to go out and buy expensive cleansers to disinfect and do all these things. If you want to do that, great. You were doing that before, fine. CDC says now, hey, listen, cleaning with normal soap and detergent's considered effective. That's a good thing, right? 1 in 10,000 chance that you're going to get COVID from a surface. Still possible, but 1 in 10,000. It's not 1 in 2. It's not 1 in 5. It's not 1 in 10. It's not 1 in 100. It's important to have the data and the science and the numbers and project that out and tell people what it is and what it is not and keep the politics out of it. Period. End discussion. So I'll end the discussion right there. 239-479-5592. If you want to watch, drewsteele.com. That's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spring sales drive, Marty.
You moving them doggies out, Marty, man?
Yeah, sure, everything goes.
Oh,
Yep.
so you're marking them up to sit on the lot another year.
No.
Marty, you know you can't beat Victory Lane Chevy's huge roundup of new 2021 Chevy Equinox LTs with up to 20% off MSRP.
Who says?
Or choose new 2021 Chevy Traverse LT, up to 15% off MSRP. Marty, you ever see those Western movies with the gigantic cattle drives?
Yes, I have. I've seen that.
Well, this isn't one of them, but it's close. The savings are blooming at Victory Lane Chevrolet's Spring Sales Drive. Find new roads and save up to 20% off MSRP on new 2021 Chevy Equinox or new Chevy Traverse with up to 15% off MSRP. All with our goal of 100% credit approval. It's sales drive time, buckaroos, at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer. Offers with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 4/30/2021.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on a proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Gary, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
License number CCC 1326213.
Termites are silent destroyers. They can tunnel through homes for years without a peep. Unless you've invited Truly Nolan to chase down and eliminate the problem. Truly Nolan's above and below ground treatments have been keeping homes termite-free for more than 80 years. Matter of fact, we believe our total termite protection plan is the most effective plan of its kind in the country. When Truly Nolan has termites in their sights, there's no escape. Schedule your free inspection and get $100 off termite control by going to trulynolan.com or call 800-GO-TRULY.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day. Today is a good day to stay comfortable. Today is a good day to have your AC worries taken away. And it's a good day to get service backed by over 50 years of AC excellence. Oh, yes! So if you're having AC issues, get a new Carrier system and save up to $2,000 in rebates, plus 6 months no payments. And Florida Cool Today will help you get the best from today.
Call today, cool today, FloridaCoolToday.com.
Carrier, turn to the experts.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear, taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
Hey, it's Jake DeMolino here from Daybreak to talk about AMCO of Bonita Springs. Everyone's been affected by the pandemic, and I was definitely no exception. But here's the thing. I had an issue, a well-known issue. Kevin and Todd came to the rescue, effectively giving me my life back. They put their expertise to work on my transmission that was completely shot. His master mechanic told me that it was probably the worst transmission he's seen in his 30 years of working. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the park. He helped me, and I'm sure he can help you as well. AMCO of Bonita Springs has been trusted in Southwest Florida since 2008. They've been through pandemics, recessions, you name it. They're located right off of Burnwood Drive in Bonita, an independent, conservative AMCO dealer whose award-winning customer service speaks for itself. They work on all makes and models, and they don't just do transmissions. They can do oil changes, normal maintenance, tires, you name it. For those of you out there with classic cars, there's no one I could trust more than Kevin and Todd with something I know you cherish and is so near and dear to you. So give Kevin and Todd a call at AMCO of Bonita Springs. 239-992-2626. 239-992-2626.
You've been lied to. Lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-346-9797 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 1-800-346-9797. That's 1-800-346-9797, 1-800-346-9797.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News Traffic.
A busy Wednesday morning commute right now. We have a crash along I-75 southbound at mile marker 127 with injuries. No actual roadblock, but the interstate's very slow moving. Just a lot of onlooker delays out there coming down from Daniels Parkway through the Alico Road exit. To avoid it, you'll want to take either Three Oaks Parkway or Ben Hill Griffin Parkway. You could also take 41. We're also watching a northbound roadblock on Joel Boulevard at East 14th Street in Lehigh Acres because of a crash. If you're heading out right now through Cape Coral, we've got a crash at Nicholas Parkway just off Pine Island Road. And heading through Collier County, we have a crash at Immokalee Road and Kamkias Road in Immokalee with possible injuries. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. Temperatures are going to launch into the upper 70s to near 80 near the coast this afternoon, mid to even upper 80s inland as it does get a whole lot warmer. Tons of sunshine later on today, but we do still have that high fire danger index for portions of Southwest Florida. Otherwise, rain returns this weekend, really helping us out. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Trust
It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Spring sales drive, Marty.
You moving them doggies out, Marty, man?
Yeah, sure, everything goes.
Oh,
Yep.
so you're marking them up to sit on the lot another year.
No.
Marty, you know you can't beat Victory Lane Chevy's huge roundup of new 2021 Chevy Equinox LTs with up to 20% off MSRP.
Who says?
Or choose new 2021 Chevy Traverse LT, up to 15% off MSRP. Marty, you ever see those Western movies with the gigantic cattle drives?
Yes, I have. I've seen that.
Well, this isn't one of them, but it's close. The savings are blooming at Victory Lane Chevrolet's Spring Sales Drive. Find new roads and save up to 20% off MSRP on new 2021 Chevy Equinox or new Chevy Traverse with up to 15% off MSRP. All with our goal of 100% credit approval. It's sales drive time, buckaroos, at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer. Offers with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 4/30/2021.
The real estate market is really hot right now, but for how long? I'm Anthony Gomes from GomesBuysHomes.com. You've heard Drew Steele talk about me on his show. If you're thinking about selling, now is the time. You can get a full market value offer on your home as fast as 24 hours without you having to do repairs, and you pick the closing date. Book your free, no pressure, no obligation consultation now at GomesBuysHomes.com. That's GomesBuysHomes.com.
You look tired. Up all night. Leaky faucet.
Did you call?
Don't need to call someone for a faucet. I'm a real man. I have tools.
So...
Tried twisting it, banging it, squirting stuff on it.
Yeah, the usual methods.
Oh, can't sleep at night. It's worse than torture. It's deliberately trying to ruin my life.
Dave.
And the last thing I'll hear as I descend into a chaotic breakdown is one more agonizing... Gah!
Dave! So what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, someone comes out today, fixes the faucet. Life gets back to normal.
That's best?
Well, yeah, but...
That's Best. Best Home Services. They always have 4 plumbing trucks standing by waiting for last-minute calls.
4 trucks?
They even have a doohickey to fix that drip.
Wish I had a doohickey.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
They come out for something that small?
Or you could just get used to it.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain, or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the talks and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com. That is the website. Anytime you want to check us out, we do appreciate it. Coming up, we'll take your calls and more. But right now, it is the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. You mentioned Texas and that full ballpark in Arlington yesterday. There was a lot of concern last month when Texas effectively opened up, dropped all those restrictions and said it's back to life. And if you go to Texas, as you know, it looks like 2019. The restaurants and the bars are full and open. The ballparks are full. And yet we've seen cases and hospitalizations since then continue to tick downward. So what do you make of that as all of us look around and sort of try to consider how safe it is to get back to normal life?
Yeah, it can be confusing because you may see a lag and a delay because often you have to wait a few weeks before you see the effect of what you're doing right.
All right. So we just got to wait a couple of weeks. We'll see the effects. It's, I can't really explain it, but don't you worry. I promise you. That sooner or later we're going to have some kind of effect that's going to be happening. And you just don't you worry about it.
Number 4.
Quick one about the border. The DHS secretary is reportedly looking to finish some gaps in the southern border. How does that fit with President Biden's day one executive order to stop border wall construction?
Well, wall construction remains paused to the extent permitted by law. So some has already been funded through congressional authorization and funding allocation. But as agencies develop for a plan, it's paused while agencies are developing a plan for the president on the management of the federal funds.
Yeah, you ever hear somebody who's fumbling and stumbling and mumbling over their own words and they really can't get their story straight and they're not really sure because as Peter Ducey from Fox News says to Jen Psaki, hey, it seems like, the Biden administration, Joe Biden, campaigned on the fact that we're going to stop wall construction along the border and maybe even tear some walls down and everything. And all of a sudden, we're coming to find out that they're actually building, thinking about and actually patching some walls. And she's like, there's a story behind it. When you start to hear that kind of thing, there's a problem. Yeah, there needs to be more openness about the fact that the border needs to be less open, and so do the walls there in the border. And there's Jen Psaki pretty much admitting that they're going to be patching up the walls there and maybe building. Yeah, it's happening.
Number 3.
We got to make sure the agencies are ready to go, make sure they have the resources, just like FEMA. When FEMA is ready for a hurricane, they're ready, and we got to make sure we're ready for this surge that we're seeing down here at the border.
Yeah, that's Congressman Henry Cuellar, is a Democrat from Texas, and he's like, we got some pretty big deal things happening here along the border. And we've got to be prepared. There's a crisis happening along the border. And even a Democrat is admitting that there's a problem here. He sees it in his community. He wants to get something done. And it was talking about this on America Reports yesterday on the Fox News channel. And certainly as the headlines continue to move, you don't have movement along the border. Well, you do have movement, the kind that we don't want to see. But we do have Democrats who are recognizing it. Hey, anybody see Vice President Harris? How's she doing with taking over on this? How many days are we in now? Has she been to the border yet? I'm just kidding. Of course not.
Number 2.
Has President Biden spoken to President Obama about how to pass the infrastructure bill? Has President Obama given him any advice on how to pass that bill?
They speak regularly. They, of course, were president and vice president, but they are also friends, and they share a bond of serving through 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration, but also a personal friendship and kinship. And he speaks with him regularly, but we're not going to read out those calls.
He speaks to him regularly. So there's White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki admitting that Joe Biden speaks regularly to President Barack Obama, but the administration, they're not going to disclose what they talk about. Yeah. Even though they say they're going to be transparent. No, we're not going to be that transparent. Listen, Joe Biden is his own man. He does his own thing. And when you talk about leadership, you're talking about strong leadership. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Number one.
They cut out everything that showed that their narrative was a piece of horse manure. And it shows you how dishonest. These are smear merchants. That's why nobody trusts corporate media. They are a disaster.
They are a disaster. That was Ron DeSantis, the governor of the great state of Florida, yesterday in Panama City, talking about the CBS 60-minute hit job against him.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
You know, there's more to this story that I want to get to and more of the audio. By the way, in case you're wondering, CBS News, they double and triple and quadruple up. They're not going to let this go away. They've been called out. We all know the video that was lifted, making it able for people to comprehend and understand exactly what happened here in the state of Florida. Lifted that up completely when we talk about Publix and vaccinations. And what did the CBS 60 Minutes crew say about the Ron DeSantis segment? When Florida state data revealed people of color were vaccinated at a much lower rate than their wealthier neighbors, 60 Minutes reported the facts surrounding the vaccine's rollout, which is controlled by the... Okay, you get the idea? They're doubling and tripling down, and oh, by the way, Governor DeSantis is racist. And that's what's going on with vaccination. They don't care. They're going to push it. They're going to double and triple down on this, which they have done. They're going to have willing media locally, nationally, and statewide that are going to run with that portion of it. They're going to say that they were right and the governor's wrong. 2022 is upon us, the governor's race, and we know 2024 is just around the corner. And the governor had something to say about that yesterday, and again, about the 60 Minutes reporting.
I knew what they were doing was a lie. Everybody here knows what they were doing is a lie. They know that we know they're lying, and yet they continue to lie. And they lied, and they lied, and they lied. We offered them the information, and they declined to interview the key people because they didn't want to let go of the narrative. Well, guess what? There's going to be consequences for that.
There's going to be consequences for it. And again, he brought up exactly what the situation was in the state.
Florida has vaccinated 3.5 million senior citizens. We were the first state in the country to put seniors first. The results of our efforts are that seniors are much less likely to be hospitalized for COVID than they were 6 months ago. So our efforts have worked, and particularly in Palm Beach County, we've done over 275,000 seniors just in that one county. That's 75% of all the seniors there. It's been a team effort. We've worked in a lot of different ways, but you can't lie.
They can't lie. Well, I mean, if you're the media, you can lie. Oh, I don't want to say get carried away. I mean, you can lie. If you're the media, you can continue to do it because you have, well, I'll say it because you have Democrats that are going to lap it all up and believe everything that they say, like they are the arbiters of everything that is true. I mean, you can't show me any evidence that would suggest that people do not trust the media. There's not anything out there that would say... What is this little story that popped up earlier today that said that, what was it, 73% of Democrats trust the media, feel like they're doing a great job. 10% of Republicans do. Oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, on the heels of 60 Minutes, standing by the controversial Publix report saying that DeSantis presser comments were cut for clarity. Listen, they had to make things clear, so that's why they cut certain segments out. It did quite the opposite. But, you know, the gaslighting, that's how it works. You just keep telling a lie over and over and over again, and sooner or later the Democrats come along and go, that lie is truth. That's what it is. When lies are truth and truth is lies, then you live in a world of liberals. So the share of respondents by party of who said they trusted mass media a great deal or a fair amount from 1997 to 2020, Democrats trust them 73% of the time. The distrust in the media, Republicans 10%, independents 36%. So all-time low among Republicans, independents, Democrats, they love the media. Okay. Anyway, the point is that there's a lot there that we understand. The governor made it well known that there are people that we can trust and we can't trust, and it's not over.
You ain't getting away with it here, okay? You come down to our state and you try to smear people, we're going to bite back and we're going to hold you accountable. So this is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, man, and the media hates that, don't they? No, Governor DeSantis, you're doing this all wrong. We tell you you stink, and you tell everybody you're sorry. We tell you you did something wrong, you say you're right. I'm wrong. And just like the former president of the United States, he's not playing. And he's not playing those games. We need more people that will step up to that. But there's something else that I love that the governor talked about, and the reason why he was in Panama City. And here's the unfortunate truth. Everybody focused on the CBS comments and 60 Minutes and, what 60 Minutes did and their motivation. You fill in the blank. But he was in Panama City for a reason. The reason why the governor was there is because they're trying to help the area, the Panhandle, rebuild still after Hurricane Michael, and want to make sure that there are individuals that are going to get into working and helping to rebuild. Rebuild Florida Workforce Recovery Training Program, administered by the Department of Economic Opportunity. By the way, if you do not know, being run by Dane Eagle. And cost-sharing waivers, eligible local governments and entities to help those that want to go and learn more about trades and construction and more to help to rebuild. Critical for rebuilding communities devastated by Hurricane Michael. Program providing funding to local workforce development boards, education institutions, technical centers. We got to get people working again and in trades. And here's something that the governor said that I want you to tuck away, because this is the kind of comment that a governor makes when not only he is going to be running again in 2022, possibly running again running for president in 24. But not saying it because it's a good slogan, but truly believing and understanding that these are the facts. This is true. And this is what the American people, not just the state of Florida, but what the American people want to hear, especially when it comes to working in this country. And what we've been told is the only way to be successful, as opposed to the success that's right out there now, right in front of our face.
You have these people that are told you got to go to a college or all this, and so some of these people will go. They'll go $100,000 or more in debt. They'll get a degree in a subject that's like, zombie studies, basically. Doesn't do much for them when they get out. And then they're underemployed with a lot of debt. You have some guys, they get out of high school, they train, they go into something like welding. They're making $100,000 a year in their early 20s many times. No debt. And a lot of them can even go into business on their own and make even more income. So this is a no-brainer to be able to provide opportunities in these industries. And I think that, obviously the state, we're going to be covering part or all the local match requirements for local governments who've already faced extraordinary fiscal impacts due to the storm.
That's important. He recognizes that. How many of you listening right now know that too? You got people that have put this incredible debt on their shoulders for a degree that they're not even using. And yet we're told it's the only way to succeed. And you have individuals that are making incredible salaries that are independently doing this on their own and learning a trade and doing really, really well and hiring others to do really, really well as well. But yet we don't talk about them enough. We don't give them enough credit. Why is that? It's interesting how learning that trade, making that kind of money, that's real, that you know about, the success that's out there. In contrast to those people that tell us that the 4-year degree is the only way to be successful. Oh, and by the way, hey, listen, if you can't pay for it, don't you worry about it. We'll pick up the tab. Something really, really wrong with that. But good for the governor for bringing that up. The shame of it all is that the focus was on the comments of the 60 Minutes story and not about specifically what he was doing there in the Panhandle. It's good stuff. All right. Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. We will see you tomorrow. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Some of you are starting off on the cool side this morning with 50s and 60s, but we launch into the mid to even upper 80s later on today with